Well, today I'm working on a 2009 Cadillac SRX. Has transmission cooler lines leaking, and if you're watching this video you might have to do the same on yours, and you've maybe already found out that the transmission cooler lines through Cadillac are discontinued for 2009. So the alternative is to replace with some rubber hose. Normally the leaks come from the crimp fitting on the rubber hose, so all I did was took a grinder and sliced them open, slid them off because my hard steel pipe was perfectly good condition. So I replaced the lines from under the engine to the cooler. In this case has an internal transmission cooler in the radiator, and I'll show that here. So here's under the engine, and right here is the transmission cooler lines. They go up to there. You can see what I did there. That's where the crimps are from the old lines, where it goes from steel to rubber. And I use transmission cooler hose specifically for this. You see there? It goes all the way up to the radiator. I don't really like using the worm clamps because over time the worm clamps bite into the rubber and that could cause a potential leak. So I use these other clamps here. I think they're mainly used for fuel line hose, but they don't have any ribs in them. It's a continuous band, and I've had pretty good luck with them. They hold pretty tight. So the 2009 SRX doesn't have a transmission dipstick. I know a lot of other years and models don't as well. So in this particular one, you have to pull the side fill plug, which is right there on the driver's side. It's a T45. It's pretty tight, so you kind of got to be patient and get it loose. I've seen guys take a hammer and chisel to it. I don't really recommend that. You don't want to break the casing of the transmission, then you're really screwed. So I was able to get it with a T45 and kind of a longer ratchet. So I'll open it up, and if I have some fluid draining out, I'll let it drain till it drips. Then I'll start the engine. I'll go through all the gears for a few seconds. You're supposed to check the temperature as you check the fluid level here. Cadillac recommends between 80 and 122 Fahrenheit. So when I get maybe around 90 degrees on the pan temperature here, I'll pull this plug, and if it's dripping, I'll let it go till it just drips very little. If it isn't dripping at all, I'll add some, put the plug back in, run through the gears, and repeat it. I'll show you a quick picture of the connection I did at the radiator. I didn't have the proper tool to release those clips to pull a connector down. So again, I just ground off the crimp, spread it with the pliers and pulled it off, and slid the new hose with a couple clamps right onto the existing. And then there's a little clip that holds these two together like that. It fits just fine. That way that it can't slide out if the clip ever fails on the pipe. You can see it goes all the way down, and I did replace that little protective sleeve from the old one just in case it was going to rub on anything I didn't want it to chafe through. But turned out pretty good. It's a good fix for a discontinued line. I think this will work well. So hopefully it can help somebody.